Guys, this is Lane, and today it's a very different video. So, well, not too different, but it's gonna be about why I ain't scared of COVID. Why I ain't scared of COVID? It goes back to a little bit of my childhood, and then you can probably tie it in with the rest. I I grew up with a good Christian background, went to church a decent to good amount of the time, and at the time I didn't like it. I'll be quite honest, you know. But but ever since I got saved, man, I you know, I do. Um, and Donald Trump. Many people argue that he is such a bad president, but no, I think he's a great president. He's possibly the best president since, I would say, JFK. And I know that's throwing out a lot of, presidents, but that's just saying a lot. But anyway, yeah, to be saved, you gotta repent and trust alone in Jesus Christ. And there seemed to have been seemingly a a contradiction in the book of Acts where Peter was saying to repent and be baptized. Be baptized. Dang it. And it is. It seems like a contradiction, but it's not. The reason why is he's just following a commandment to be baptized. He's not saying you have to. Um. So yeah, I was saved. I got baptized shortly thereafter. I believe in the year 2014. So yeah, I was roughly 11. No, I was 10. Yeah, I was 10 technically, because my birthday hadn't came for that year. Anyway, um, but yeah, it just. And the reason that I'm scared of COVID now is when you get saved, you can't lose it. So, and what do you gain from being saved? Eternal life. You can't lose the eternal life you had. So, I ain't scared. I ain't scared of COVID, death, ultimately. Um, but yeah, uh, okay. And something that kind of gets me every now and then is when people act like Christians have to almost be prophets, but uh,
I'm gonna be in the shower lane. I won't take a shower. I don't know.
gosh, man. But yeah, people act like once you're a born again Christian, you have to be almost perfect. And I mean, to a certain point, you wanna and you should strive to be, as good as you can. Of course, you can earn your way to heaven, but you do wanna follow the commandments as closely as possible. Um, even though we ain't. Okay, I remember, but I ain't gonna try to quoting it. If I find it, I will leave it in the comments. So, but I will find where Jesus gave some extremely hard commandments to follow. But yeah, I ultimately don't even fear death. So, and I don't get why so many people are protesting over George Floyd. Now, George Floyd, I get it. Trust me, I do. He was a man that was killed, and I believe unjustly. And some people act like the police are unable to make mistakes. I'm just gonna put it right out there. Some people do. They think that, hey, someone who's been arrested, this guy's done something bad. But you don't know. Like, I saw these 3 cop cars in Norton. I don't know what the guy did. I don't know if they just had something against the guy in general. I don't know. So, it's something. But but yeah. And I think that's about to be it. Ow! Yeah, put my shoulder. Gosh. But before I let y'all go, I don't like that noise. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, that balanced perfectly. My phone's actually on charge, and I balanced it right on the charger and a water bottle. That balanced perfectly. Okay, so I'm about to give you a short verse in the Old Testament. I love both the New and Old Testament. I love the Old Testament stories, but I especially love the New Testament crucifixion. Well, it's not just in the New Testament. In the Old Testament, the prophet Isaiah predicted it in Isaiah 53. So it's not necessarily just in the New Testament. And the reason I didn't say the verse for Isaiah 53 is it's the entire chapter. So if you're Jew or if you're in a Jewish household that's got those, laws and stuff you have to follow, like kosher, I think. I'm sorry, I'm bad at Jewish traditions. Day of Atonement, that kind of stuff. Wait, I believe kosher is there. Anyway, but yeah, if you're in a Jewish household, then definitely go to Isaiah 53. Many Jews has been more Jewish because guess what? Hold on, I'm about to read off from Deuteronomy 7:21. Then I'm gonna read off Isaiah 53, the entire chapter. It shouldn't take me too long. Right now, I'm wide awake. So, Deuteronomy 7:21. Thou shalt not be affrighted at them, for the Lord thy God is mighty. For the Lord thy God is among you a mighty God and terrible. What is this verse talking about? Basically, Moses, from Genesis to Deuteronomy, I believe. Hold on. Wait. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. Yes. So from Genesis to Deuteronomy, which some scholars believe that Moses died in Deuteronomy 34, and that hold on, and I will tell you somewhat accurately who um who some scholars believe did it. Joshua, the I don't know if he's a prophet or what. Oh, the time span's 1 to 2 months. So he would have had to have died somewhere between 1 to 2 months, if that's the case. But anyway, so what does that mean? Because, oh, here we go. 21, and I'm just gonna go ahead and throw out another verse. 22. So, you know, so you can get a good idea of what I'm trying to say. And I'm just gonna read it again for, I mean, just in case y'all are already watching. I mean, ain't already watched. Thou shalt not be affrighted at them. Deuteronomy 7:21. Thou shalt not be affrighted at them, for the Lord thy God is among you, a mighty God and terrible. Verse 21 is saying, don't let people scare you, because you have a great God to you, but not your opponents. If somebody's fighting you, I don't care if you win or lose the fight, you're ultimately gonna win. I believe. I don't think that's what he's talking about, though. I think he's talking about more so people, um, people persecuting. I guess. Yeah, I guess that's what it could be talking about. I will have to check up and see, exactly what it's talking about. Verse 22. And the Lord thy God will put out those nations before you. Catch it. Little by little, because of the rest of the verse. Thou mayest not consume them at once, lest, catch it, the beast. It's like Jensen Franklin. He's a good preacher, but he's a Pentecostal, so there's some things we don't agree with on him. But I do agree with him on this. Once God starts to elevate you, because when you're down here, when your secret, like when your secret talent is hidden, you can blend in. You can blend all day long. Nobody's gonna pay any attention to it. But when God starts elevating you, that's you know, that's when the beast can see you, and that's when he attacks you. If you ain't ready for it, he's gonna consume. See, that is not consume them at once, lest the beasts of the field increase upon thee. See, he's gonna try attacking everything you watch for. Now, because I don't know if anybody watching me is Jewish or even have a Bible for that matter, so I'm gonna go right over to Isaiah 53, and I did in fact read Isaiah 53 in a previous video of mine, but I don't care. Better to say it multiple times than never. What? Okay, apparently I already had it saved with my bookmark. Okay, this could take a little bit of time, but that's okay. Isaiah is writing, and it very clearly matches the Jewish Messiah. So if a Jew seemingly converts, it don't mean you have to stop being Jewish because you're believing in the Jewish Messiah. It matches up. Who hath believed our report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? That's verse 1. And I'm going all the way down to verse 12, which is the end of the chapter. For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of dry ground. He hath no form nor comeliness, and when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. That's why in the New Testament, that's why Judas Iscariot had to kiss, um, Jesus on the cheek so they knew who he was. Because if you get me out here with a typical, white male group, I shouldn't, of course, clean shaved. I shouldn't blend in much more. I should blend in pretty well with him. So that's pretty much what they're saying. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, as we hid, and we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. People, generally speaking, deny God. They atheists, agnostics, a ton of people deny the obvious. Like Kemper said, and wrote for the atheist delusion. It said, "Why millions?" And I agree, millions deny the obvious. Verse 4. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of men, smitten of God, and afflicted. See? Smitten of God. People didn't kill him. So, how did he die? He gave it up. He gave up the spirit. That's what happened. That's why I put him in Calvary. He gave up the spirit. If no, hold on. There's some controversy on what kind of cross Jesus was carrying. So, some people believe that he was just carrying the crossbeams. I don't. And I know somebody else who does, and he's very close to me, but if he can't even be killed by a man, then, it don't make any sense to me. And that's a solid argument, I guess. But some people agree with me and say that yes, he did have to carry this entire thing. But that's not necessarily true. Somebody from the audience, I believe it was chosen to help him pick it out. Pick up his cross and walk. Why? He was physically so tired that he fell I believe 2 or 3 times, somewhere in there. And, that's after being bull-whipped time after time after time. Wait, no, not even bull-whipped. He was whipped with a cat of nine tails. It's like almost what I'd imagine the untangled version of a bullwhip is. And then you just put some glass shards on it. Bone shards and stuff like that. And hit it. And when you pull it off, it takes flesh off. So, and he was hit as many times as it was legally allowed. He was so despised. It says, verse 5, but he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. Iniquities means sin. And the chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his straps we are healed. Verse 6, all we like sheep have gone astray. See, even in the Old Testament, Isaiah could prophesy very accurately. Later on in, I believe, the account, I don't know, but in one of the four Gospels, Jesus said, I believe it is John, but where my phone just fell. But anyway, later on in John, I believe it is. I will check to make sure. But but he said that I am the good shepherd. Shepherds lead thou sheep. So he is very, very accurate. Have gone astray, we have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord hath laid on him the iniquity of us all. I'm tired now, and I'm getting so almost dizzy. I don't know. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter. And
here, drink this. I'm going to bed.
And as a sheep before her shearers is dumb, so he openeth not his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment. And who shall declare his generation? For he is cut off out of the land of the living. For the transgression of many people was he stricken. Cut off from the land of the living. Very, very clearly dead. But we see in many accounts of the Gospels, he rose how many days later? 3. He rose 3 days later. And the question I got, and I know the grave can't hold him forever, but why specifically 3 days? Like, why not just 1? Or why not 2? Or why not 4? Why not shorter or longer than 3 days? That's something that I'm very curious about. And he made his grave with the wicked and with the urge in his death, because he had done no violence, neither was any deceit in his mouth. Deceit, pretty much a lie. He didn't lie, he didn't curse, he didn't do anything. Perfect man, perfect. And he left heaven for this. That tells us a lot about Jesus. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. The only reason I could see for this is because he knew, he knew that he would raise. God can predict the future extremely accurately, 100%, thousands of years into the future. He's done it. He hath put him to grief when thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin. I actually think of it like this. We had a sin debt. We can never pay it by ourselves. We know somebody else who can. He came, he paid it. Now we can be eternally saved from the punishment of eternal hell, fire and brimstone, but we can have everlasting life with Christ, the angelic beings. Gonna be awesome. Can be perfect. He shall see his seed, he shall prolong his days. And that makes no sense to some people. I almost guarantee it don't. But what does he mean by that? I almost guarantee you asking yourself, what does he mean by that? I'll take as he shall prolong his days. He died one time, he's never gonna die again. Never. And because of that, he's gonna live. He's gonna live for the rest of time. And the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper his hand. He shall see of the travail of his soul and shall be satisfied. By his knowledge shall by his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities. And this is in the Rainbow Study Bible, the one I reviewed. It's got the Godhead underlined, and it's underlined right here. By his knowledge shall my righteous servant. I believe that's talking about Jesus, of course. Justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore will I divide him a portion with the with the great. Oh my gosh, I'm too tired for this, almost. Just almost. But God's given me the strength. And he shall divide the spoil with a stone, because he hath poured out his soul unto death. And see, he poured out his soul. Nobody else. He's giving it up. And Jesus, while on the cross, I'll try to look back on this video and find what references I made and see where it's in the Bible, but I'm very confident in saying these things. He said, while on the cross, with his nail-pierced hands and feet, said, Father, forgive them. So, who is he talking about? The Roman soldiers. The Pharisees, the Roman soldiers, the Pharisees, whoever, like forgive them all. I'm guessing. And he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bare the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors. So right here is where I'm gonna be killing it off. Right after that is this intercedes for the transgressors. Okay, this is getting to what I was talking about. People at Slack were almost perfect because we're Christians. But what I think of a Christian is a sinner saved by grace. That's it. But of course, we don't want to play a hypocrite. So we do, and to avoid that, we need to just saying this and this and this and this. And there are so many things wrong with America. I can't imagine how angry God is. But sure enough, he's giving Jesus Christ, the one who I just told you about in great detail, is gonna be coming back. And when he comes back, he is taking up his church. I do not mean a physical building. Now don't say that going to a actual church is a bad thing, cause it's not. It really ain't. Heck, I go to a good church, but no, he's not gonna be taking up the physical buildings. He's gonna be taking up us, the ones saved. And now that's when it's gonna really start to unfold. There's so many prophecies being fulfilled, and guess what? There's gonna be more and more and more being fulfilled till every single prophecy is fulfilled. I believe that. Well, now I'm officially tired. I'm gonna be posting this as soon as I can. Till next time. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, turn those post notifications on, share with your friend, family, whoever. Please share this video with how many people you can. And then tell your family to share it with someone else. Till next time. Peace.